Hey guys, this is Wayne Santos, one of the editors here at CGM, and for this week's Sound Off, I'm going to be sounding off about, let's call them collector's editions. They come under a lot of names these days, but generally, when you say collector's edition, you get the idea that you're paying for something that costs a bit more than the standard $60 or $70 retail product. Now, the reason that I want to talk about this is the editor-in-chief over here, Brendan Fry, he's actually a bit of a collector, and he likes to get this stuff. So his latest acquisition was the Call of Duty Ghosts Prestige Edition. Now, this normally, when you first bought it, when the game launched, cost $200. And with that $200, you got a lot of stuff, including, and I'll hold this bit up over here, you got a little collector's case, which included, amongst other things, a steel bracelet and what is supposedly a 1080p, it's like little portable GoPro-style camera. Now, that was all for $200. This, when you buy it now, just a year after the launch of the game, goes for $20, $25. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole concept behind a collector's edition is that the value is supposed to appreciate as time goes by as opposed to depreciating, which is one of the reasons why we've got this bad boy over here, which, again, it comes from an Assassin's Creed 4 collector's edition. Now, again, that particular edition, it came with this statue, so you can imagine that the packaging was pretty big, and that, again, it costs you like well over $100. This, again, when you go looking for it now, costs $20, $25. So how is it that the concept of buying a collector's edition went from, you want to hold on to this because someday, years from now, you're going to be able to sell it for thousands of dollars worth of what it was originally, that now devolves into, you're a chump to buy this for $150 or $200, the original asking price, because if you just wait a year, it's going to be worth $20 or $25. I think that's a bit silly when you contrast that with something like, and this is really going out there now, but Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne on the original PS2. This was now revered by many gamers as one of the most unusual, interesting, and underrated games that was available on the PS2 because digital distribution did not exist at that time, and because Atlus, the developers of the game, knew that not a lot of people were going to be into it, they did not actually physically produce a lot of copies of that game. Hence, a game which you were originally able to buy for like $50 or $60 during the PS2 era is now worth $90 if you can track it down anywhere, and that's just the game. No statues, no collectibles, no postcards, no soundtracks, no nothing. So how is it that an obscure Japanese game for which there was no collector's edition actually appreciated in value when you go looking for it, versus something like Call of Duty Ghosts, where it's actually got a high-definition portable camera, which is now selling for like $20 or $25. I mean, basically the reason our editor-in-chief bought this was because he realized that the camera itself is worth far more than the actual game and the rest of the contents that come in there. There's something inherently wrong with a collector's edition system where it goes down in price, whereas games which were produced with no collection value in mind have actually been going up in price as time passed by, simply because they were actually rare to track down and own. Something is wrong here. Guys like Ubisoft and Activision obviously don't get it, whereas somehow guys like Atlus do. You guys really need to rethink how you approach these collector's editions, because this is not working out the way it was originally intended. See ya.